This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
I mean, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Yes, people, welcome back to the channel, and you know what it is. It's Manchester United we are talking about, and there's been a few little bits and bobs along the lines, you know, Gyokeres and Mbeumo stuff. You probably heard it all day on different channels, to be fair, but guess what? You haven't heard it from me. So here we are. Smash the like button if you want to, and also subscribe if you're brand new. Big up for all the support, making videos. Big up for the 6K, but we move and we aim for 10. I want 10 by the end of the summer. And if I'm going to say on a whim, on a stretch, maybe I want 15. Maybe I want 15. Who knows? Inshallah, innit? So on that notice, let's see what happens there. Big up. Anyways, we've also got this Ederson price quote from the Gazzetta, where I don't know what to really make of that, and I feel like I'm getting teased. And then of course this Garnacho stuff, which I've got a lot to say about as well. So let's dive straight into that, because I have a lot of reservations. But anyways, before I do all of that, let me big up some of you lot in the comments as well. The ones that are always supporting and always new members and whatnot. So love for that. Hilvan, that's a new name. I haven't seen in the chat before. He says, yeah, man, watching from the Caribbean island, Dominica. That just sounds like heaven, though, isn't it? That's just you're just teasing me now, isn't it? That's paradise. Man said he's watching from paradise. That is insane. Let me know what Dominica's like. I would love to visit there one day. I swear on my life. Big up Cass from the Caribbean. Oh, we got another Caribbean person in the house as well. Where are you from, Shay? Let me know, man. Big up Saif as well. Ibi warning the Arsenal fans before the meltdown about to happen tomorrow. Holy aura, he's cooking Madrid PR. Check his latest tweet. What? What? Wait, what's going on? Wait, what's going on? I'm going to come back to this comment. You know what? Let me know in the comments quickly, Ibby. I'm going to come back to the comment. Let me big up everyone else that's in it. Big up Mido in here. Amir as well. Aegon. This is Manchester United we're talking about. Here comes the best intro in the world. You know what? That just happened by chance. And now you're telling me that I need to actually make that permanent. Should I make it permanent? I might have to just, you know what? I might actually, I could do something with that, you know? I think I could do something with that. And hold my beer, even the non-alcoholic beer. So let me see what I can do with that. That would be actually sick. Big up Ilias, John as well. Can only like once, bud. United, I want Gyokeres Mbeumo, Emi Martinez, Ederson to United. I think that's my favored 5 as well. So yeah, we'll see about that. We still got a lot to do. And Mbeumo as well. Cass Cheek, hand of Arsenal, latest tweet. Wait, hold on. Don't I let me have a little look. Let's have a little look. Shout out from Trinidad and Tobago. Oh yeah, you was in it before, wasn't you? Of course you was. Or I'm gonna imagine you're are you he or she? Because I don't know, Shay could be a man or woman. I don't wanna offend you. I report Cass is alive. I am alive and well. Wait, hold on. Quick one. This one as well, people want to know. Hand of Arsenal. Hand of. All right, when you say, is this good stuff? If you're gonna let me know, is this good stuff, Mel? Big up Shane, man. Big up yourself, you know, I don't want to offend you, man. Right. Tomorrow there is a potential for the front page of Marca, Madrid-led station, to Operation Zubimendi as front cover. I tell you in advance, be at ease. Raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. So wait, hold on. What you're telling me is that Operation Zubi, aka what it means in Arabic, which is penis, yeah, Operation Penis in Arabic, might be going on over on that side. Oh, I got content for tomorrow. Let's go now. Yeah. I don't even know what's going on there. Oh, did I just get raided? Big up rants for the raid, man. But appreciate anyone that's jumping over to see me waffle about this is Manchester United we're talking about. Do you get what I'm saying? So welcome, Raiders. Smash the like button nice and early. I've just been notified before I talk. Absolute truth about Garnacho, to be fair. I'm going to be running all of that up as well. Zubi gone soft. It's crazy. So apparently there's going to be a meltdown tomorrow, potentially, because Mark is going to run whatever they're going to run. But then for Brits, you know what? Doesn't matter. Andy Mitten said, I spoke to senior. Of course he's going to say this. Andy Mitten said this on TalkSport. I spoke to senior people at the club. He wasn't the name that I heard. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I've got no evidence that they're trying to sign him. Is this? Yeah, but of course he's going to play that down. So I'm not really bothered by that. Madrid PR. I mean, if they're trying to go and get him, I mean, who are we to say no to that? You know what I'm saying? I've been good, Mo, man. How have you been as well? Let me know. Stop. Last time about Arsenal Netflix series is coming. Hey, here we are, man. Remember, people, as you land, make sure you smash the like button because got a bit of a bone to pick with Garnacho. If you haven't seen my video, then you can go and view it if you wish. It's up to you. It's only about 9 minutes long or 10, something like that. Something quite quick. But reading up the Garnacho quotes earlier, right, I couldn't help but think about this or something, you know. Wait, who cares about United, bro? You're the one that was just in Rance's stream hearing about Manchester United. So what are you on about? I don't understand that. Does that mean... No, don't delete his messages. Don't worry about deleting his messages. I don't need his messages deleted. It just don't make sense. Does that mean... You know what? Because I have to do this at least once a stream. Does that mean you want a taste of Rance's dick? Because I saw you in the comments on Rance's stream, but they were talking about Manchester United. But now I'm talking about is that who cares? So that kind of tells me you like a bit of a cock tease. Anyways, big up Rants for the raid as well. Much appreciated every single time. Moving on swiftly. Garnacho, in what fashion or what notice, right? What notice can a player ever tell a board or the board, right, that do not accept a deal to go over to Napoli? What kind of player power is going on at Manchester United back in January compared to now? I don't understand that. How can a player say no? What do you mean? No, don't hold fire. You thought you was going to go to Chelsea and it didn't happen. Man, you know what? Player power has just got to go, no matter the reason or however you see it. You cannot be backing Garnacho. I'm sorry. I don't mind opinions, right? And I mean, look, everyone can have, they're entitled to however you feel. But see stuff like that. The ego of Ronaldo, but the ability of Jemba, make it make sense. Man, it was quoted and said that Manchester United was ready to accept Napoli's proposal for Garnacho, but it was Garnacho that said no. And from what I remember, the way I viewed it is that Garnacho did not agree personal terms with Napoli. It's because even today, when it's come out today, that he wants to stay in the Premier League. So he wants to stay in the Premier League. Cool, that's fine. Do your thing. But we're going to have to start ruling out some options at this point because you're not staying here. You need to do what you're told. If you're going to get accepted, this is your future. It's either you rot on the bench with your small wage, which you probably don't mind about, but you don't want to be here and get sent to the gulag, or you do as you're told, mate. You know, when you get proposals from maybe Bayer Leverkusen, maybe it's going to be Napoli again. I don't know if the Premier League team's going to come in for this little scrunt. Like, honestly, Chelsea are not in the race for him no more because you have to pocket some words. So if you're a Chelsea fan listening to this, listen up. The word today used for Garnacho was interested, past tense. They were interested in Garnacho, but they chose Jamie Gittins from Dortmund. So that's sorted, that's done. They don't want him no more. Chelsea want Gittins, done, over. Now, Arsenal, whatever proposal they might come in with, I'm not being funny, but I just reckon it's just an interest. I don't believe that Arsenal are actually going to make any sort of movements or groundbreaking movements for him, because that's just the grade down from even Martinelli. Let's be real. So cool. I don't feel like we're going to get anything going on that side. It's already been said that they're targeting Rodrigo as their priority. That's been stated. That means you're not even priority. Now, for the third club was actually Aston Villa, not Newcastle. Obviously not Liverpool or Manchester City. Let's rule them straight out. I mean, why would they even want him? He's not good enough to play there. You can go and look at every other team that might want his signature. And, you know, when Ben Jacobs come out and said, keep an eye on Aston Villa, you know, potentially because they might have a deal going over Saudi Arabia to bail them out again. I don't know what it is, but Saudi just love throwing the bag at Aston Villa players and not Manchester United players. That's how rubbish these are. So, yeah. And they got their own issues. So he's probably not going to Villa either, especially with the whole PSR kind of UEFA ruling with revenues and they got like 92, 98% something of wages to revenues. It needs to cut down, basically, long story short. I don't think they're going to be making a deal as well. But what it kind of tells me is, which I can kind of find out, is that one, player power is still alive at United, and United are trying to cut that all out as much as possible. Cut out the disease. He is a part of that disease, and I'm sorry if you like him or I'm sorry if you don't. I don't actually care. He needs to go no matter what. So if we go back upon what price Manchester United were willing to actually accept for Garnacho, and also it's been stated today as well that Manchester United value him at 40 to 60 million, but there's evidence supporting that 60 million is too much, and the preference would be that Man United would rather sell him abroad. So anyways, cool. If United were willing to accept 45 million pounds, right, for Garnacho, then I don't know where the 60 million is going to come from. And also, I've stated this, was it yesterday or was it the day before in a video that I made as well in a pre-record, along the lines of, if a player's a want-away and it's been told by the Manchester United manager that you best go find another club, or you best hope, right, you're not going to go get 60 million for him. So everyone whining or moaning online saying, oh, you know, if said player's worth this amount of money, then United need to be selling flipping Garnacho for said price. I'm like, no, we just need to get him out. The quicker he goes, the quicker we can go and get Gyokeres. Now, Andy Mitten tried to play it down a little bit earlier on Talk Sport, but he's a mouthpiece for United. He's not going to come out and say, oh, yeah, United, I've heard that United are in for him. What, we're going to believe Andy Mitten over Fabrizio Romano and the rest of it? Come on, man. Anyways, my whole theory is just get this cheeky little prick, as my man said in there, Franco, big up yourself, out of this institution as quick as possible. He is toxic. He is very toxic. And I don't want him anywhere near this club. And he's literally the epitome of a little shit. Simple as that. And that's my fault. That's my fault. We need to sell him for 45 million. If we can get 50 million, that's amazing. But if it's 45 million money comes in for him, he needs to go straight away, because literally we need it as well, as much as he needs to go. It's the same thing, like for like. We're not really in a position of power to negotiate for Garnacho a want-away. But we can't have him deciding like, oh, please don't accept a proposal. What do you mean don't accept a proposal? Come on, man. You know what? Whether it's true or not, I do believe it as well, because it comes from credible source. So whatever you read up online, not everything's quite true. You don't need to get ahead of yourselves and believe every story that's put out there. But like I said, Garnacho and everything surrounding him, in terms of what's, you know who, I don't even need to say his name because apparently he starts moaning online, but his little shit cunt of a brother. Yeah, him, I said it. Yeah, him as well. All toxic, especially around the little media circle that they had going on to leak Man United. Look, it's just a recipe of disaster. Get gone. Simple as that. Time to go. You won't be missed. And you know what? If you don't like my words about him, then I don't actually give a shit. This is my space. This is my channel. And I'll say what I please, how I please. But I will be as respectful as I can be. But right now, let's be real. If it was a certain grade of skin tone, I wish I had the Peter Griffin graphic. You know what would be happening right now. So you're going to keep energy for energy. Simple as that. He's not simple as that. Him, your Luke Shaws, your Mason Mount, all of them, they need to go pronto. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. People have been taking the piss out of this club for years. We've got owners that have been taking the piss out of this club for years. Yeah, they all are fucking worms and need to be dissected as quick as possible. Get out. Simple as that. Pricks. Sorry about that. Nelson is clearly rattled. Oh, you know what? You lot can beef him in the chat. I don't mind. Anyways, that's my little part. Brother, you're waffling too much. Some hurry come up content creator. Then don't watch, you little prick. Kobe, look at you, man. Go suck. Go. You know what? You want a piece of Garnacho's ass? Go over there, man. I'm pretty sure his brother will entertain that. I don't know. At the moment of time, we all know that we want him to go, but we can't send him nowhere because no one wants him. You know, I think he's got like a year left on his contract, so it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. We're just gonna have to wait for that situation. That's just me, man. Big up, Cass. I love the content, bro. Remember, I'm a quick come-up content creator, apparently. What's your thoughts on the Nana situation? Should he go? Do we buy someone to challenge for the #1 spot? Well, everything we've seen surrounding Nana kind of tells me he doesn't exactly have a future at Man United. Yeah, he doesn't have a future at Man United. I think he'd like to stay, ideally. I don't know if he was moaning about the wage because it was cut because we didn't make Europe. But, I mean, if your money got taken out of your pocket, you'd probably moan yourself a little bit. But you have to yourself... With him anyways, I do believe... You have to look at yourself sometimes and say, was I in the wrong? Was I part of this situation that got Man United in 15th? And if you're Onana, when you think about even Champions League football, look at, yeah, he's got to have some self-accountability as well. But I don't feel like Manchester United and Amorim have confidence in him. If we feel like we don't have confidence in our own keeper, then I don't actually believe anyone else will either. So it's just like, I can't see it. I can't really see it. Yeah, he's a part of the failure as well. So yeah, I think he's gonna go, and I do believe that. I'd see this comment, by the way, AZ. I'd kind of summed it up. Had football hiatus. Can you sum? Yeah. I already kind of just did that. But big up to yourself as well. But I do believe we'll end up getting Emi Martinez. You know, Gaston. What's his name? Gaston. I think is it Gaston Ramirez? It is Gaston Ramirez, isn't it? It might be, it might not be. I don't think it is. I don't think it is, but Gaston the goal, is it actually him? Is it actually him? Did he not used to play for like I'm pretty sure the Uruguayan, isn't it? He used to play for Middlesbrough and whatnot. Yeah, Southampton. I remember at Southampton. Is that him? Is that him? Is that him? Yeah, him. This one. Is that Gaston Ramirez? Is that the old ex-footballer? The one that's in with all the Argentinians? If it's him, then maybe. But the way I'm looking at it, yeah, the midfield, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Gaston Dole maybe was that, or whatever, how you say his name. If it's not him, I can't see a Uruguayan being a top-tier journalist for... Because he doesn't look like him. He had long, kind of brownish hair, so he can't be him. I don't think it's so anyways. But that journalist there, when you're talking... He usually has top-tier sources whenever it comes to any of these Argentinians, right? Or Argentines. I don't know what the correct term is for that. But for him, anyways, he was talking about Emi Martinez, that if Onana is to get sold, then the first, would be all over him, basically. And he's the one that even reported on Garnacho and the interest of Arsenal. So, yeah, man. Let me see. What's this? Send them packing the second they talk smack. Yeah, exactly. I'm in agreement. But yeah, look, Man United I feel like this gets done as quick as possible. Everything kind of points towards Garnacho leaving very, very soon. Yeah, like the price, the figures, there's a lot of clubs interested. It's not like he's dealing with one club. Really and truly, United just need to get him kicked, basically got to kick him up the backside and say, you need to get a move on, mate, because you're not wanted. You don't want to stay here. There's other clubs that want you, so please hurry up. Your preference is going to be the Premier League, but is the Premier League's preference you? Because I don't believe it is. I don't see any club moving in for him. And if they do, it's going to be a low ball. I said maybe it might be someone like Tottenham, But I don't see someone like Thomas Frank taking in with him, and I don't really see Tottenham wanting him either. They're looking at Semenyo as well, which we're going to talk about in Mbeumo right now, because when you talk about something negative, there's no point keeping talking about something quite negative. Let's talk about something a little bit more positive. Now, with Mbeumo, as you lot know, look, I was never in doubt for this whole deal, and it just comes out again today just to reassure everyone. From Fabrizio Romano, I was watching his transfer update. I implore anyone to go and watch the transfer update. If so, there will always be some sort of update on Manchester United. So, and he usually saves it to the end. If anyone's noticed this, right? But with him, he said that Mbeumo only wants Manchester United. He's given Manchester United his word overall. That's my words. But he wants Man United. There's only small details that separate Mbeumo from being a here we go and a Manchester United player. Now, the quicker we go and do that, the quicker we can move on. Now, I do believe there was Spurs interest, and we spoke about it yesterday as well, but never in doubt. A little bit too late, don't you think? Like, the whole thing with Mbeumo, I think, is a structure. How much money is going to be put up front, how much, and United's going to try to drag that on. This is just opinion, not fact. I feel like it will be done by maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. We don't have to deal with outgoings to go get him in. I think United are quite relaxed on this, but it was already quoted and stated that we don't want to drag this one out. I don't fear someone like Tottenham whatsoever. Even Tottenham's got some cash flow problems, but trying to tempt Mbeumo, who's already rejected approach from Tottenham already, I just don't feel like he's just going to jump ship after agreeing personal terms, all of this. And I'm gonna say it nicely and nice and clearly. It's Tottenham. Yeah, it's Tottenham. I mean, when it comes to transfer battles, I don't ever remember Tottenham hijacking anybody. So I'm not remotely worried. No offense. So yeah, window closes tomorrow, right, Luke? Yeah, it does. But come on, you know what I don't understand. You know what I don't understand about this as well. Oh, you're a Spurs fan, Nelson. You know what? I apologize for what I said to you earlier. I understand now. My bad. I understand now. Fair play. I could be a dickhead. I understand that. Rivals must rival, though, right? Cass, check the marker cover. I don't know how marker is, though, how old. Look, I'm not trying to talk about Zubimendi, and I'll talk about it later on, but going back to the Mbeumo stuff, he's not going to you, mate. Let's get back to the window. This window is stupid. You know why this window don't make any sense for me? Of course, it makes sense in terms of, okay, we need to get these stars. We can't be relaxed about it. Let's get a move on. Really and truly, the only ones that really get affected with this transfer window closing is the ones that are participating in the Club World Cup. Let's be real. Because it doesn't affect anyone. When it was back in, May, it didn't stop anyone else getting a here we go or anything. It just means in that period of time, where is it, 10 days or is it 7 days? Is it the June the 10th to the 17th that nobody can get signed up? Am I correct about it? Is it 7 days and then it closes all of a sudden and then reopens? And it's like, it doesn't mean that you can't go and get here we go and go talk to other teams and that's just going to stop. It just means you can't register no one. And it's all part of the registration for the Club World Cup. That's why it's just kind of, I think it's quite idiotic, but I can see why they've done it, because now you've got a bunch of stars that are going to go play in the Club World Cup that played for other teams, Cherky, Nori. There's going to be players that are hungry to play for their new clubs and pretty much make an impression overall. So yeah, I'm not really fussed by that. I don't feel like things need to be done by tomorrow. I mean, ideally, you probably want to get in here we go. It's done. United have done the add-ons. Why does it take so much time just to get a few add-ons done? We bid something along the lines of 55 million, got rejected, and then 60 million verbal bid. Not exactly concrete, and then they want a few more million and add on something similar to Cunha, as we've known for like the last week. So yeah, I'm never in doubt about Mbeumo. It's the fact that for me, again, it's not even 2 weeks into the window, and we've got so much transfer dopamine as a Man United fan base. Am I correct about that? If you're a Man United fan right now, you got a lot of transfer dopamine. The fact that these two are pretty much done, like Cunha's done and Mbeumo's done, and then clearly the next target's Gyokeres, I feel like we should Like, you know what? We're in for quite a good window. You know, it's a good thing that it's not getting all done all at once because, well, come on, if we done all our business all in, like, let's hypothetically happen in 2-3 weeks, we have nothing else to talk about for the rest of the window. So yeah, but regardless of all of that, it's just that we are in a good position at the moment. You know, we're not really known to do business very, very early. I'm quite grateful, to be fair, because I didn't even think we was going to get Cunha over the line quite as quickly as we did, and let alone go straight onto Mbeumo. What, 2-3 days later? We got the saying that United have now approached Brentford for Mbeumo. It's like, what? How did that happen? How did that happen? And as soon as we get to here we go. Oh, don't get me wrong, we're going straight back on this channel and getting gassed. we're absolutely getting gassed all over again. So yeah, it's good that our transfer business is done, and we're not even in no Club World Cup like other teams. You know, it's like, for me, I'm quite. That's why I'm quite relaxed about it. I don't feel like we need to be in a rush. You know, slow and steady wins the race, as they say. And yeah, we'll see what we get next. It's just that my thing is that how quick can we get rid of Garnacho? He's the most likely. I'm quite surprised that Anthony hasn't exactly gone yet, considering the amount of interest that this man has surrounding his name. Or maybe we just don't know anything about, you know, the rest of the players out for sale. As we know, Ederson, Johnny Evans, and Victor Lindelof left the club today. So, I mean, United are saving something like what is it? What is it? Is it 18 million pounds in wages alone? So that's something. That's something as well. Still think cash for goalkeeper. Me for goalkeeper. I mean, I feel like we do end up with a goalkeeper. United want 5 signings. I'm not really. I mean, we got, what did we get, 5 signings last window? Yeah, we got 5 signings last window. We get 5 signings this window, majority being attackers as well. You know, after Gyokeres is kind of done as well, I do believe we're going to go on for the central midfielder. It's just, I don't know what midfielder it is yet, and that's what links me to this one. And I do believe it's fake news. I'm not gonna gaslight you or gaslight you lot into thinking that this is real. But it's kind of funny how when Man United get quoted a certain price for a certain player, we get hit with that United tax. You know, with Ederson, I still feel like we're going to go in for Ederson. I don't see, the fact that we're not seeing other links. We've seen Polina alone, considering Man United could consider. Come on. It's not happening there. You know, Douglas Luiz links are kind of pointing all towards Nottingham Forest. I feel like with me anyways, I feel like United are going to bite the bullet a little bit, go for Ederson because they want to move on to, you know, more of a playmaking DM that might be available next year, aka Wharton. I do believe Wharton will be our #1 target next summer to go and get. And if we get Champions League, I'm pretty sure that he'd be a Manchester United player as well. It would make things a lot smoother and a lot easier. But I feel like with Ederson, yeah, I feel like United will be looking at him for sure. I don't know what's going on over there with Ederson, but today come out from the Gazzetta, it was saying that he's something of price. He's priced at like 33.4 million or something along those lines. Something ridiculous, by the way. And I'm thinking, nah. You know, when it comes to Atalanta, I know Gasperini's left for Roma, but there is no way that this man is now quoted at 33 point whatever million. He's pretty much one of their most, highest selling assets that they could find other than Lookman or Retegui. You know what I mean? And I do believe he'd want to come. I mean, going from Atalanta to Man United, and if there's nobody else going in for him, I mean, of course he's going to jump at that chance. Let's not be silly. It's just, Ilyas, every time you tell me that I'm not getting someone, I go and get them. You told me I'm not getting Cunha, I'm going to get Cunha. You know, you remember that one? You said, oh, Arsenal hijack. Do you remember that one in the chat? Then you told me I'm not getting Mbeumo. Then I'm going to get Mbeumo. Then you said that Gyokeres, you're not going to get him. And it looks like I'm probably going to go and get him. So are you sure you want to keep doing the curse? I told you, the curse of Ilyas keeps on shining. Watch Lamine Camara tomorrow night run all over England's midfield. I didn't even know that England are even playing tomorrow, but I will watch him. What game is on tomorrow? What games are on tomorrow? Is there games on tomorrow? I'm literally double checking now. Because I wanted to do like, maybe I was thinking, oh, you know what? There might not be anything on. So we've got Netherlands versus Malta. That's absolutely shite. There's no good games on tomorrow. Are you sure tomorrow? Are you not talking about Wednesday? Are you sure not on Wednesday? England versus Senegal. Interesting. So that must be a friendly. Friendly international. Is that tomorrow? Ooh. Looks like I'm doing a watch along for that then. Okay. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I think that's a good game. Sweden versus Algeria as well. Love for that. But there's no... But yeah. A bunch of questions for you. What do you have in store? If you got some questions, yeah. Lamine Kamara watch. If you lot are on watching Lamine Kamara with me, then run it up. Would Sekou Kone be a part of that? Is Sekou Kone? No, he's from Mali, isn't he? Sekou Kone, where's Sekou Kone from again? R1. He's Mali. He's from Mali. He's not Senegalese, is he? I'm pretty sure he's from Mali. England are dusty after that one. Pelini available for 25 million. I'm going to be honest. I hear some people when they say we shouldn't be trying to take other people's dead rubber and trying to make them good again. I kind of understand that. But if there's a loan opportunity for a Pelini or Douglas Luiz, I mean, it's a stopgap. But if United don't need to do it, then I wouldn't do it. You know, Pelini, it would be a good crunching midfielder, but he done really well for Fulham. So that's why I would take him slightly. I think he'd be quite good. But next to Bruno Fernandes, it's a little bit too slow, in my opinion. It's a still, but it's a little bit too slow. Does that make, if that makes sense? He's very good on first phase, which I appreciate quite a lot. And he's strong, he's tall. I hear it, but I feel like if United are ambitious, the way United need to be ambitious, if there's other central midfielders up to par that you can go and grab, and let's say you're fine on your finances. They told Bruno, you know, we don't need the money. So that kind of tells me then you shouldn't even need to look into the loan market. You should go and buy that midfielder that you've got in mind. So yeah, that's why I say I don't really want a 30-year-old at the moment. I think if he was 27 again, 28, I love that kind of age range. But I'm still looking at Boubacar Kamara, man. You know, if he's available and I'm hearing Saudi want him, I'm thinking, cool. Why don't you just go raid up Villa? Boubacar Kamara is an amazing player. He kind of solves our, 6 problems quite well. very, very well. And you can also probably do a bit of an 8 role if need be, but you'd probably want someone that's a little bit more expansive. So yeah. But yeah, Ederson, if it's true that it's 33 million, I wish this news came out a little bit later and not now. Because if we need to sell, and let's say that news is true, let's just say hypothetically that news is true, then that's going to alert a lot of other clubs. I don't feel like United can put their hands in too many different baskets at the moment. After Mbeumo's done, you're going to be focused on pretty much the striker. So the striker, whatever happens there, is going to be the focus. So the whole thing going out there is like, okay, but then Ederson's about this much, but we need A or B said player to leave. We need Sancho and Anthony to leave, ideally. And then you need, and then you obviously the biggest one that you need to leave is actually maybe Casemiro as well. Because I saw that a midfielder needs to depart for a midfielder to come in. Now, Garnacho goes, it frees up the attacking space, of course. Rashford goes, frees up an extra space. Who knows? Maybe a left wing back, because obviously it's part of the attacking setup. But in terms of the midfield, this is why I kind of understand that maybe Casemiro needs to leave to free up the midfield space potentially, because that's what came out 3-4 days ago, that he's been transfer listed, and if they can move him on, then they will. But yeah, I still feel like Casemiro's got a part to play. It's just, I don't know if he's going to stay here for next year. It'll be interesting. I want to know what Manchester United targets are. I would like to know at least 2 or 3 names. Anthony wanted to buy Juve. I haven't seen anything surrounding that. So let me have a little check. Yeah, I haven't seen anything surrounding that at the moment. What likes are we on, people, by the way? We are on 221. If anyone's interested in the Discord, I've got someone called Mr. D, MDRN Samurai, Modern Samurai. I thought it was Mr. Samurai. I keep calling him that. But it's in the pin right now. If anyone is interested, if he wants to post it again, you can find it there. Ben's got it there as well. It's a good server. It's a level 3 server, so it's quite up to date for anyone that does want to join. It will be in the pinned after in the comment section as well. So if you are watching this back, then you're not going to miss out. Smash the likes. It's 11:05 at night, 228 likes, 605 in the building. If all of you could like the video right now and get this up to 300, if I'm not being too greedy, then that would be much appreciated. So yeah, but the whole thing with Gyokeres is, again, I know there's a bit of an update. You know what's funny? He's actually on the farm now saying he wants United. He's keen on United. It's everything that's kind of been recycled. It's kind of funny though. Casemiro's got 1 more year in his contract. It's kind of funny how all his options are kind of exhausted, and then now Man United is pretty much his only lasting option. But they, you know, Fabrizio did mention today, Juventus are circling maybe potentially to go and get him, but it will be financially difficult to get someone like Gyokeres through the door because, you know, it's going to cost about £60 million, which is a lot in euros for them, and also the wages, which is they've already got Vlahovic on absolutely astronomical wages. Which, you know, if they were to get rid of maybe Vlahovic, then I do reckon they could make a move for Gyokeres. So it is literally time of the essence with getting his signature on that, because I do believe he could go over to the Serie A and absolutely kill it. So United, really and truly, this is why I say it's all about time. Time is key here, and the race to sell one of these players first is, boy, it's gonna be a hard task. But it seems like United are quite relaxed on the whole Gyokeres stuff. By the way, it's just what I gather from that is they're making phone calls every single day. So and it came out again, and I don't believe what Record Portugal said about Sporting all of a sudden going back on their gentleman's agreement. I do believe it will still be available for about 60 million, right? So that come from Record Portugal, and I feel like they're rage baiting a little bit, which I understand. And even if they did, 80 million is like 65 million pounds. It's not the worst in the world. United could still do it. So not really fussed if they want 80 million euros. But for me, the best part about it is that United are showing a lot. Actually, like, they're showing intent that they want his signature, which could really help in the deal, because players want to go to places they feel the most wanted. And at this moment of time, if United keep making phone calls every day to understand the situation, and if anything's going to like evolve pretty much from other clubs, and they can tell, then United might get a little bit, again, a kick up the backside to get a move on and sell some of these players. But I feel like United can still make these deals. If United are so confident in getting rid of your Garnachos and your Rashfords and whoever else that we're trying to get rid of, then surely as soon as Mbeumo's done over the line, you go and pretty much make that deal happen. You know, if there's been direct talks already, then surely you go further on and go and get that done. It just means you can't exactly register and release funds until, you know, it's a bit like it's quite similar to the Ugarte situation. So if it goes down to the Ugarte situation, you remember we pretty much had the deal wrapped up for Ugarte. It's just that we needed to sell Jadon Sancho or make that deal to put in the books for Ugarte. And then as soon as he left, we'd be like, yep, come on through the door medical. So it can be done. It's just that United just need to make, for us fans, I feel like we just need to hear that United are pursuing a deal, because then it kind of tells us that Garnacho is gone, because he needs to go. Let me see what some of you lot are saying in here as well. We have Champions League, you not. Gaetano, your club's a mess, mate. Relax as well for your standards. You should be dominating that league, not be finishing fourth. Sorry. Do I know Ali G? No, I don't. Sasha, what's his name? Sasha Baron Cohen. He's a Zionist. Couldn't give a shit about him, mate. You haven't got Gyokeres money plus wages. Oh, you're talking to them, not in the chat. Problem is, United have to know the payment terms of each deal to know if they can afford the next one. Yeah, cash is the biggest problem, isn't it? Smoke. That's United's biggest problem. Did you see reports saying? Yeah, I saw that as well. Man United lose out to you. You know what? Some Galatasaray I'm interested in. So I saw that our name's obviously going to get put to Stegen. I'd really like to Stegen. I think he's a wicked goalkeeper. We don't want Garnacho. We want Kobe. Good luck. You know, I still feel, I have to say this pretty much every day. It feels still quite surreal that United somehow end up having Gyokeres, Mbeumo, and Cunha as the front three. Like, how does that work? I'm not sitting here just deep in it. How does that work? How are we actually going to probably end up with all three of those signatures? Even after finishing 15th, it's just, I know there's a lot of rivals in here, but your club just really isn't built like mine, is it? It's astonishing, because if your club finished 15th, you couldn't do what I do. And I'm sorry if a lot of you don't like what I have to say, but it's the truth. You have to, it's actually I'm actually correct. Can you really tell me I'm talking shit? I'm not even trying to be arrogant or anything along them lines. If your club finished 15th, do you think you could do what my club does? Your club? Fucking hell. Fuck it. We got Garnacho, isn't it? It's insane. And the fact that I could even end up with Emi Martinez and potentially in Ederson as well, before I get told by Elias he's not coming, it's fucking hell, man. Sorry for swearing, but it's just, wow. It's about time, don't do this thing where they just plug a gap and don't plug all the gaps. Yeah, we needed this years ago, by the way. We needed this years ago. We've never ever done something like this. It's always bit parts, and there's no wonder why United keep failing, even just the scouting of certain players. But one thing that kind of concerns me about United at the moment, which hasn't exactly gone amiss in my head, is we always end up buying one midfielder at a time when we've needed about 2 or 3 midfielders in. That's the only thing, and what my only personal problem with United as a whole. The only other club that could probably, actually, to be fair, when I say what other club can probably do that, I mean, Chelsea can. Chelsea did. They got Caicedo in the window and whatnot. But then again, that was January, to be fair. They agreed that deal in January. No, it wasn't. It was in the summer. Of course it was. It was Enzo that was in that. So yeah, you know what? To be fair, this is what I respect. That's why you have to probably put some respect on Chelsea as a club. Even when they finished 12th, to be fair. Then again, they had recent success in the what's it called, the Champions League, but they still did it. No, Nelson Semedo on a free, hell no. But yeah, we need like two midfielders. It's just a shame that we're probably gonna get one this summer and then only one next summer. When really and truly, we just need to absolutely capitulate our whole midfield and just rebuild it from scratch. No, but you know what? I hear what you're saying here, Elvis. By the way, big up to yourself. And it's quite easy to say, and it's quite cliche to say as well with the whole of United and the fan base. But there's something just a little bit different in this rebuild compared to other ones. The difference is, last summer we had a lot of defensive signings and one for the future in obviously Euro. This time around, like, we're replacing our whole attack, and even you can't deny having Mbeumo in pretty much. That's going to be in the. It's pretty much done. Let's be real. It's going to be done. And Cunha, that changes everything already. But yeah, United's whole problem is always going to be down to that midfield area. We'll see what happens more tomorrow. I do believe there's going to be some big news, and it's going to be surrounded again. If you're a United fan, and you're probably getting tired of hearing the same kind of things, new reports, Mbeumo, Gyokeres. It's pretty much every day Mbeumo and Gyokeres. It's just always going to be updates. We're very keen, but until that one gets over the line, I don't think until one of them, we're not going to hear about no midfielders. I promise. And it'll be nice to see, again, it'll be nice to see some outgoings, some absolute concrete outgoings. But we'll see anyways what happens there. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe as well. If you haven't exactly liked the video, this is your chance to do it with 34 likes away. I would keep Toby Collier. I'm probably one of the few that actually rate him, and I'll stand on business with Toby Collier. I think he's actually very, very good, very talented. I like players that can do the fundamentals very well. He just needs to prove that he can stay fit, though. So that's it. But I'm going to go ahead over to another Man United channel, which I want everyone to go and raid. Just write Cass Raid. I'm going to jump on there for about, probably for a good 45 minutes. So if you want to go over there, raid it. There's 600 of views in it. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to be back tomorrow as well in the afternoon. I've got a video dropping in the morning as well. So yeah. Let's go over there. Let's go Cass Raid it and just show some support, because this community that I'm kind of building with you guys is actually immense. So appreciate it. In a bit, I'm going to be there in like 2 minutes.